Welcome to Frolic Harder, and welcome to Hen and Caffeine. My name is Matt. I'm joined by my co-host, White Bone, aka Brennan.
That's me. Hi. I remember what you're doing now. Yeah, just there it is.
And
are we in harmony?
We are also joined by Red Bone himself, aka executive producer John.
Hello, everyone. Yes,
there it is.
I'm here.
There he is.
How is everybody?
Good. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Good.
How are we sounding? Are we sounding all right?
Sounding good. I think clipping. I don't know. I can't see any wave files, so
that wasn't clipping. That was
that
was a beer opening.
I like the little. As soon as you pop that thing open, I know that got you. Had to time that one perfectly. So why don't you get down to the nitty gritty here? What are we doing today?
Today's featured topic. Actually, I'm just gonna dive into the report.
Do it.
Let me just start it off. Just go.
People are gonna either know or they're not at this point.
Yeah. I broke this up into chapters, and this is called Chapter 1, The Greyhound.
Oh yeah, here we go.
So let me, if I may, paint you a picture.
Please.
The year is 1991.
It's a great year.
In the quaint Midwestern town of Cleveland, Ohio, a group is formed called the Band-Aid Boys.
Oh, who comes up with that? You know, when you're thinking of your group or band name, who's like, you know what? I got it. The Band-Aid Boys.
Well, it's one of those things I got to imagine. It's everyone's sitting in a room. You're looking around trying to think of something.
Ketamine induced band
First
name
thing you
coming
is a Band-Aid.
Fair enough.
And the Band-Aid Boys are born. But you make a good point, because shortly after they decide to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah,
and the Band-Aid Boys
should have done that before the Band-Aid was even on.
The Band-Aid Boys are no more. And their name is changed to Bone Enterprise. And that's the S in Enterprise is a $.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
so that was like the equivalent of calling your band the Herdsmen first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good throwback for anybody that understood that reference.
So there's Bone. Now we got Bone Enterprise.
So that automatically a better name right off the bat.
Right?
Because you went from the Band-Aid Boys to Bone Enterprise.
And why is there not a website ccalled Bone Enterprise right now?
How do you know there isn't?
Producer John.
Producer John. Does Bone Enterprise exist?
Look up boneenterprise.com.
I can't look at that on my computer. It doesn't like adult websites.
Use your phone then.
Yeah, everybody has a phone.
It's baby monitors on the phone.
Fine, we'll come back to this.
Fine.
Wait, what did you say? Bone something?
Bone Enterprise.
How do you spell? It doesn't even look good as a. No, it just doesn't look good as like a web domain.
Bone
Enterprise.
While he looks this up, I'll continue.
Like .gov, .com, .org. What are we looking at here? We'll try .gov first.
Boneenterprise.gov. Let's do that one. Let's do the least likely option. Let's pull that one right off first. You know what? Let's do boneenterprise.edu next. Let's try that one.
This is already my favorite episode.
Ace of Death, yo, it's is it Bone Thugs or what is this? I don't know.
I mean, yes, it
looks like a really old album cover.
Okay, so there we go. There's our answer.
Boneenterprise.com, just an old album cover. There's literally no buttons, nothing.
That could have gone a completely different direction. I'm glad it went. You know what though? It went right to the point we're getting to. It's good. Right. Full circle. Here we go.
So,
Bone Enterprise, and it's at this part of my story that it's fucking game time, motherfucker.
Oh my god, that happened so fast.
And I've titled this game "Dem Bones."
Love it.
All right, producer John, feel free to play if you'd like.
What? Oh,
but
no, I'm gonna suck at this game.
Okay, I've got 5 bones. There are
Just
five members of Bone Thugs in Harmony, or Bone Enterprise at this point.
Yep.
So I've got Bone number 1. I'm going to give you 3 options, and you tell me which one is a member of Bone Enterprise, aka Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Here we go. Now you're just going to leverage my whiteness right in front of everybody on this whole podcast. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, Bone number 1. Is it Psycho Bone?
It's a good thing I don't know the answer to any of these, so this is perfect.
Psycho Bone, Angry Bone, or Crazy Bone?
I feel like Crazy Bone's the way to go with that one.
Is that your final answer?
That is, I'm going Crazy Bone.
You want some of this, Producer John? Are you staying out of this one?
No, I'm cheating, so.
Okay.
He has the answer.
Sir, Crazy Bone is correct.
Yes.
You're 1 for 1.
Right. But how do you spell it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
B-O-N-E.
No, it makes more sense than that.
All right. Bone number 2, as part of Dem Bones. Your choices are Lazy Bone, Sleepy Bone, or Snoozy Bone.
Lazy Bone. Final answer.
Lazy Bone is correct.
Yes. All right. 2 for 2. And I do not know the answer to these.
You are leaning away from full white.
You're
going
in
like a.
I got strong instincts.
Wait,
you got one of those.
He's almost full white. You're going off of Snow White and dwarves. We got a dopey bone coming up.
I'm translucent white. Is that one of the members? If that could be the 6th member, that'll be me. I'll be translucent white.
All right, Bone number 3. Your choices are Drizzy Bone, Busy Bone, or Stizzy Bone.
Oh, this is the 3rd one is hardest. I'm going with Stizzy Bone.
I shouldn't have drank before this episode.
Am I right?
You are wrong. The answer is Busy Bone.
There we go. All right, so 2 for 3.
You're 2 for 3. 2 for 3. You're doing well.
That's a solid 66% D right now.
Bone number 4. You got Wishbone, Heart.
Spit it out.
You cut out all the extra laughing. Hard Bone or Dream Bone.
Wait, what was the first one?
Wishbone.
What was the second one? I'm just trying to get you to say them all over again. Let's go with what was the 3rd one? I'm gonna go with the 3rd one. Matt's broken. It's done.
Favorite game. It was Wishbone, Hardbone, or Dreambone.
I'm okay. No, you know what? I'm gonna change my answer to Wishbone.
Wishbone is correct.
Yes,
I'm
glad,
good recovery.
Glad I recovered that.
After I could get them all out.
Yep.
All right, and Bone number 5. I guess this guy was kind of a on and off again member, if I researched correctly, which I hope I did. All right, your choices are Ankle Bone. It's usually way more better. Way more better.
So
Ankle Bone.
Ankle Bone.
Broke it. Deep Bone.
Ankle Bone and Deep Bone.
Or Flesh and Bone.
I'm gonna go with, you know what? If I was a member of the group Bone Thugs at Harmony, I'd be Deep Bone. Is that the final?
I wish
final
you
answer.
Deep Bone. It is Flesh and Bone.
I was gonna say if it's Ankle Bone, I'm gonna be so mad.
3 for 5, not bad.
I'll take it.
I think that's a winning percentage. I don't know.
Solid deep, but I'll take it.
I'm not even going to try and math right now.
That's fine.
I am barely functioning. Look what producer John brings out of us.
It's really, he brought the best of us. That's it.
I agree. There's so much giggling that is about to be cut out.
It's okay.
Let's continue on our journey.
Please
jump ahead 2 years. So we're in 19. It was that damn bourbon and sweet tea.
And you have the giggles? I think you pregame differently.
I don't drink.
Went straight to the funny bone with this.
I'm glad we did.
Is that the 6th member? Is the funny bone?
Yeah, look at you.
There we go.
All right. Sniffles. Jump ahead It is now 1993, 2 years later, after Bone Enterprise. And the group records their first kind of demo album called Faces of Death, which, as during the time, groups come out with their albums, and I don't know how stuff works today. You just throw it online, get your audience that way. Back then, you put out an album, and then you just start calling people.
That's it, man.
Everyone's number is out there.
You got on your what is the rotary phone and started calling everybody.
I was really hoping you were about to say you got on your rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, you got that rotisserie chicken out. Started making some calls.
It's still cheap back then.
It is.
You hop on your rotary phone, and you're just calling executives from every record company you can think of. And they actually got through to one of them. It was so they're in Cleveland, you remember?
Right.
They get a hold of Eazy-E out in LA.
Of course.
And they actually get him on the phone somehow. They perform for him over the phone. And then he tells them, I'm going to call you guys back.
That's got to be like the worst audition ever. You're performing music over a probably rotary phone back in the mid-90s, early to mid-90s. And
you got like your beat playing on like, I don't know, would it even be a CD player or it'd be a cassette?
It'd be a cassette player. Yeah, it'd be a cassette player. CDs weren't even invented yet.
They're playing their music off of the cassette and then just rapping on top of that over a phone.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Eazy-E hears it. I assume he likes what he hears. He tells them, I'll call you guys back. Do you think
ghost them forever?
He did ghost them, but they were convinced. They're like, this is the guy we got to go find. So they get all their money together and they get bus tickets.
They hopped on a Greyhound and said, that guy that ghosted us on the phone, we're going to go totally. So this is like early 90s stalking already. This is online stalking, but through a phone.
Yeah.
Like
so
a
they
rotary phone.
Get their money together. They buy their Greyhound ticket. They're going to head to LA. So the trip alone is 3 days.
Dude, the Donner Party got there faster. What took them so long?
It's that Greyhound. You know what it probably was? Like you told us about RVs. There's probably people pooping on the bus.
Yeah, you can't poop on the bus, man.
No. So they're
hold it.
probably making frequent stops for that. It's taking 3 days to get out there. And then once they get there, they spend 4 months like trying to track Eazy-E down.
Yeah, well, they just like called the random guy. How are you supposed to know where he lives? You talk to him on the phone once.
Yeah. So they spend 4 months just trying to track this guy down. And on it, like the only word about it at all they can figure out is that he's actually on his way to Cleveland for a concert.
So they just did the old switcheroo. They went to LA and he's going to Cleveland.
Except that they were there for 4 months and they didn't find out towards the end that he was heading to Cleveland for a show.
Man, you're just chasing a ghost at that point.
Pretty much. So after that, they kind of pack their bags. They head back to Cleveland. And then fortunately, somehow, one of the producers on their Faces of Death album is also promoting an Eazy-E concert out in LA. So they go back out and they finally are introduced to him and they perform from him in his dressing room and he likes him.
So they did the first audition on the phone, second interview in a dressing room.
Yeah. So they perform for him again in there and he's going to sign him. And the first thing he does is they're going to change their name again.
Of course.
So they're not the Band-Aid Boys anymore. They're not Bone Enterprise anymore.
Should have stayed Bone Enterprise.
Them Thugs in Harmony.
Just Thugs in Harmony.
Just Thugs in Harmony. But you know what? They like that bone.
They do like that bone.
So they add the bone back in, and they are renamed Bone Thugs in Harmony.
That's a great origin story for a group there.
Fantastic. It all works out.
Shows some heart.
Right? I am not getting on a bus for... I probably wouldn't even get on a bus for like a half hour.
Dude, public transportation freaks me out. Not a fan.
No.
I try to avoid it. And I hate driving, so that'll say something.
You're not a driving fan?
I hate it, man. Takes too long.
Really?
Yeah. I do it because I live in California and everybody drives because there's no public transportation here, but I don't have to like it.
That's true.
Survive.
All right, I'm back.
Survive.
It is crazy.
You're dying over there.
This here room. I don't know what's going on.
You're allergic to Texas.
No.
See?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So we're at that time. We're moving on to chapter 2 now. So we figured out how the group gets signed, how they got their name. Chapter 2, titled Pimpin' Ain't Easy. And that's easy like Easy E.
Of course it is.
See what I did there?
I do.
Goddamn clever. So meet him in 93, get signed. 1994 comes, and they release their debut album on Ruthless Records, which was Eazy-E's record label.
What a great name.
It really
Ruthless Records, that's a great name.
Really good. I miss the days of all like the because everyone can kind of do their own thing now, like the great record label names.
Yeah. That's up there with Fueled by Ramen.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I knew.
You get your Ruthless Records, you get your Death Row Records, Bad Boy Records, which is probably still out there.
And then they got some computer generated one called Interscope. Like nobody has.
Oh, I remember Interscope.
Yeah.
Aftermath, so good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, I missed that shit. Fueled by Ramen though. That was I'll just consider that the last great one.
I would agree.
That's how I remember it.
Now you know who the great one is? Spotify. That's it.
Oh, we love Spotify.
Spotify is great.
Spotify and Anchor.
Yeah. 2 thumbs up for those.
Thumbs up. All right. So night 4, Ruthless Records. They release Creeping on a Come Up. This is their debut album. And this album primarily focused on a lot of violent criminal activity, which is kind of why, it does well. Could have done better.
Right.
Kind of people are thinking this is like the gangster rap era. But on this album had 2 of their first big hits, which you've probably heard of. Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows that one. And For the Love of Money, which ended up hitting number 39 on the Billboard Hot 100, which used to be a super big deal.
Yeah, it used to be. Does that still exist? Is there still a Billboard top whatever?
Producer John, please find that out for us, because I have no clue. I was wondering that as well.
Pretty sure last time I looked into this, it was behind a paywall.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Oh, that's horrible.
But yeah, of course it's still a thing. You need to talk to Bruce. He probably still knows everything about it.
I was hoping someone would mention that.
Yeah, Billboard Hot 100. It's still a thing. Billboard.com.
Who knew?
It's not behind a paywall anymore.
There's got to be like 3 people that go on that website on like a regular basis now.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, we know one of the 3. There we go.
God, just dragging our boy.
It's true.
No,
it's true.
Bruce, Billboard Bruce, man. Wasn't that Enzo's nickname for him?
Yeah, Billboard 100 Bruce. We're gonna get it. Say no more.
Dude,
we're getting
Harry
everyone.
Styles guy is number 1 right now.
Okay, I am aware of Harry Styles.
I've
never heard any of his music, but I'm aware of him.
He looks like Ron from Harry Potter.
I thought that was Ed Sheeran. Didn't he look like Ron?
It is. Wait, who's Harry Styles?
It's Ed Sheeran.
I'm really bad with modern music.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Because we're talking about old music.
We're not talking about new music.
So we're still in 1994. And Eazy-E has really grown into a mentorship role for our Bones and our Thugs and our Harmony. And he's just spending all this time with them, sort of teaching them everything that he had to learn on his own.
Good man.
So, unfortunately, he passed away in March of 95. So the next
I was
year.
like, as soon as I said good man, I'm like, and tragedy has struck.
Yeah. So he passed away from pneumonia caused pneumonia complications from AIDS. So he passed away in March of 95, and they have just lost their friend and their biggest supporter, and they're all worried that this run is over for them.
Yeah.
But just their talent levels were too high. So Ruthless Records is like, you have our full support still. Like, we're gonna keep on keeping on.
Nice. You're making us a lot of money. We'd like to keep making money off of you.
Essentially, is probably how it went. So later in 1995, they released their second album on Ruthless, which is called E1999 Eternal. And the album title was a reference to a street corner that the Bone Thugs used to hang out on, and also to Eazy-E's album Eternal E. Okay. Producer John is stepping away. I'm just going to fill that in. We can cut this out, or maybe we won't cut it out.
Maybe we won't.
We're just letting everyone in on the backstage stuff.
That's true.
All right. So
moving along.
E 1999 Eternal, released in 1995. So again, this album, back to back, they go 2 huge singles on the album. So the first one that comes out is First of the Month, which peaked at number 12 on the Hot 100. You know that one, obviously.
I am looking at it, and it's still on their Spotify. First of the Month is still their number 3 song on there.
Number 3. See if this one is number 1. The second single to come off of that album is The Crossroads.
The Crossroads is number 2 on their Spotify list. Number 1 is Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, The Crossroads reached number 1 on the Hot 100.
Again, back to the Hot 100.
It's always it's been there. It's a constant.
It is.
Kind of like our generation not being able to afford anything and having
it's a constant, yeah. And that's why we're trying to supplement our lives with a podcast.
Yes. Thank you.
It's our side hustle. We don't do Uber.
All right. So this is interesting, and I also don't understand the music industry whatsoever. So The Crossroads, as I've just mentioned, was released on their second album in the year 1995.
Okay.
It was released as a single in the year 1996.
All right. So
okay, still following?
Yeah.
Later. In the year 1997, they won a Grammy for this song for Best Rap Song by a Duo or Group. I don't know how any of this works. It's on an album in 95. Releases a single in 96.
Awarded 97.
Wins a Grammy in 97.
Yeah, usually it's all in one year. So if you release it that year, it's going to be at the award show that year, and you get your award that year.
You would think.
But this is
I don't get how this
2-year process.
Look, I don't get paid to figure these things out. I just did the research. So that is the end of chapter 2.
That's beautiful.
And we proceed. It's going great for them so far.
Yeah, sounds like aside from their mentor essentially passing away, they've overcome adversity and have moved on.
Gets me thinking, how has no one done a Bone Thugs movie?
Wait, has there not been?
I don't think so. Just them getting
John, come back.
Just them getting signed. That's all I want to see. I don't even care about any of the other stuff, really.
I feel like it would make for a perfect like Hulu show if you've seen the one where they did like Pam and Tommy. There's the Mike Tyson one out right now. I feel like that there was a Wu-Tang one. Yeah, exactly. You could totally do a Bone Thugs one.
Dude, no one fucking steal this from us. We're calling Bone Thugs on the rotary phone.
Spin those numbers for all you kids out there that don't know what we're talking about.
Rotary
you just have to spin the number on the phone.
Do you remember those came back with like a as a hookup to your iPhone? So you can plug in your iPhone.
I kind of vaguely remember like you could do that, but it's like it never caught on. Yeah,
because why? And moving on. Chapter 3. I've titled Just This One Thing.
Love it.
So after they win their Grammy in 97, things are going well. And from then on, they make so much more music. And there's so much reading. And it all kind of sounded the same when I skimmed through it. You know, I'm gonna let the story finish on the highest of highs. This is their Grammy win.
They're going out on top.
Yeah, music happens. It's going well. They're fucking Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Household name.
So, just relevant things. In 2020, the group actually changed their name.
I did. Wait.
Did you not know this?
Wait. They're still around? That's my first question.
They are still around.
They're still okay. For that's as much a surprise as anything.
Yeah.
But then why would you change your name from an iconic name like Bone Thugs and Harmony? And what did they change it to?
Well, they found themselves all eating at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh no.
And they ate the new boneless wings.
Boneless Thugs in Harmony?
And they became boneless Thugs in Harmony.
Are you serious?
This was part of a B-Dubs commercial, but
okay.
yeah.
Oh god, I was like,
but apparently it went well enough that like two of the members put out statements like, we didn't really change our name, people. Like we're still
it was a publicity thing.
It was for monies.
Bone Flats and Harmony, that's it.
Yeah. The boneless people gave us the monies, and then we pretended to be the boneless Thugs in Harmony.
Hey man, I don't remember any of that. I feel like we would have seen like a commercial or something.
It was a commercial, but I don't really remember.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure it was if they ran like a thing, but
it was in 2020. I'm sure we all had like
we had bigger pressing issues during the whole year of 2020.
As I said, most cursed generation of all time.
100%, no doubt.
So, but here's that part where I said that here's the one thing. This is the one thing I'm going to mention it. So they are actually, along with being like one of the greatest rap groups in history, they are actually the only group to have worked with Tupac, the Notorious B.I.G., and Big Pun all while they were alive.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool, right?
Nobody else can say that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, Bone Thugs in Harmony. And as I mentioned, they are from Cleveland, Ohio. And I have a game for you, sir.
Oh, here we go.
This one is called Cleveland, This Is Your Life. So I just got a couple random questions for you. No multiple choice except for the last one. Okay. We'll just see how you fare.
Not good, but let's do it.
You might do all right.
Maybe.
All right, here's the first one. Welcome to Cleveland, This Is Your Life. This Cleveland rapper released his album Man on the Moon, The End of Day, on September 15th, 2009.
You probably shouldn't eat laying down, buddy. Where did the rest of it go? Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but he's laying down. It's not very good for swallowing. Oliver, can you sit up while you eat, buddy? Love, please lift him up. He's not going to be able to swallow properly like that.
I can't tell if he knows. I'm leaving this in.
You got to sit while we eat, okay?
This is the greatest episode ever.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Off to a stellar start. All right, so
I can cut that out real easy peasy.
We can. Or
do we want to?
I think that needs to be a separate clip. I'll cut it out of the main episode.
Bloopers.
Oh, I don't care either way. That's just dad stuff. Happens.
It's just dad stuff.
Yeah.
So let me. Do you want me to redo the question for you?
Please.
All right. This Cleveland rapper released his album "Man on the Moon: The End of Day" on September 15th, 2009.
2009. So it's a relatively.
So of all the games, I'm giving you the least.
Is this a rapper from Cleveland?
From Cleveland.
So it's not Drew Carey.
It is not Drew Carey.
Okay, because Cleveland rocks with him.
You know it does.
I do. I'm trying to think of like a rapper from Cleveland, and I learned that Bone Thugs and Harmony is from Cleveland today. Learned that today. Brand new information. So it's not them. I know that.
It's not going to be Bone Thugs.
Is it a single rapper?
It is a single rapper.
Okay.
One individual.
2009. Okay, really? Who was big in 2009? It was like who did that Project X song? Was that?
Oh, I have no clue.
No, it was not oh god, it's killing me. This is so hard. Is it?
I'll give you a clue.
Is it Kid Cudi?
Is Kid Cudi.
Oh my god, I can't believe I got that.
I'm so proud of you.
I thought about it. I'm like, that Project X, The Pursuit of Happiness. That was the song I was.
Your white shade. Look, you're going.
It grew 2 shades darker.
You're almost with me. His heart grew 2 shades darker.
That's it, man. I'm so proud. I can't believe I pulled that one out of the that was deep, man. I'm not gonna get another one right.
Here we go. I think you will. All right. This 1995 sitcom series revolved around the retail office and home life of an everyman.
Was it Drew Carey?
It is the Drew Carey show.
So I was one short of it last time making the joke.
All right, here we go. Here's a numbers one. After defeating the Golden State Warriors in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers ended the Cleveland championship drought. How many years was that drought at?
Oh man. Was that not the first time that the are we talking about any Cleveland team or the Cavaliers?
Any Cleveland team.
Any Cleveland team. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to say,
how many years between
Cleveland? I think the last Cleveland team to win a championship would have been the Cleveland Indians in 1997.
Are you gonna guess? Is that the final?
I think that's
between 97 and 16.
I feel like yeah.
That is incorrect. They were on a 52-year championship drought.
Wait, no.
Wait for it. We'll get to all this.
I felt like wait.
They did not. They did not.
The Cleveland Indians didn't win a World Series?
They did not. We'll get to this.
What universe was I living in?
52 years. 52 years was the answer.
You know what? You're right. The Indians lost to the Marlins. That was what it was.
First strike. It's okay. Here we go.
Close.
In 1933, this character was created by two young men who met in a Cleveland area high school.
In 1933?
1933.
Character was created?
Yes, this character.
What the? I mean, 1933.
You can actually see there's a statue of him at the Cleveland airport. I think I have a picture of him.
I've never been there, so I'm just gonna. Is it something that's? Is it from an animated something?
It is an animated character.
Okay. Is it a Disney character?
It is not a Disney character.
Okay. Okay. So animated, not Disney. I'm gonna go with. Is it Popeye?
It is not Popeye. I'll give you one more clue. It's a DC character.
It's a DC character.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1933. Was that? No, that was too early for. Was it Batman?
It was Superman.
So I was like, it was either Batman or Superman. One of the two.
Superman was the man.
Look at that.
Yeah. So when you go to Cleveland Airport, unless they've moved it since the last time I was there, go down the stairs to baggage claim, and there's just like a big Superman statue.
That's pretty cool.
I got a picture of it still. So whenever this episode comes out, I'll post it.
There you go.
That's cool. All right, here we go. It's your last question. This was the multiple choice one. 1995, as we covered, was arguably the best year for our friends Bone Thugs and Harmony, aka Boneless Thugs and Harmony, aka Bone Enterprise, aka the Band-Aid Boys.
I like that.
So 1995. During that year, which Cleveland sports team had the best year in town?
95.
Yeah.
Cleveland. So we had.
So essentially, which of their major sports teams had the best winning percentage that year?
There was only three teams, I think. It was the Cavaliers, the Browns,
and the Indians.
It had to have been the Indians. All
right. Let me recap how everyone did for you. Coming in last was the Cleveland Browns, who had a 5-11 record in 95. That is a 3-1.
The Browns they're perpetually bad, so I knew it wasn't them.
Yeah. And that was under head coach Bill Belichick.
I actually knew he was the coach of the Browns. Yeah. I did know that.
Coming in second is the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had a 47-35 record, which is a 5-7.
That's not as bad as I would have thought they did.
Yeah, I don't really remember them being like relevant during that era.
That's because Michael Jordan owned the 90s.
Exactly.
No, nothing else mattered.
Exactly. So yeah, the Cleveland Native Americans, now Guardians.
Yes.
Actually went 144 that year.
That's
for a 694 win percentage.
That's really good.
And here's what you were thinking. They lost that year in the World Series to the Atlanta Braves.
Braves. Okay, I thought it was the Marlins.
That was the one. So yeah, you were close.
It's pretty good.
Not bad, sir.
Not bad.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cleveland, that was your life.
Yeah, we just did. That was a Bone Thugs and Harmony episode with a Cleveland side piece.
Just Cleveland, just a little sprinkling. Shout out to all my Cleveland family. None of you live in Cleveland proper, but that's where I fly in when I go to see you. And
that's all that matters.
And I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. I'm sure they understand.
I'll get out there someday. You know, life happens.
You know how you're going to get out there, though?
Airplane? Superman?
Gonna fly on Superman's back.
You know what else I found out about? So, Superman. Do you have something to say, producer John?
I said a boat. I thought we were guessing how you're going to get there.
Oh.
Straight up the Mississippi and then just cut it right.
So Canadian. I thought he said a boot.
A boot?
A boot?
Yeah. Actually, I did find out one more thing. So, Superman, when the creators, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, were creating him, I guess the origin of it was they thought to themselves, they dreamed, what if a man could run faster, jump higher, and frolic harder?
Okay, bye.